Konnichiwa, minasan, and welcome back to the important Japanese Go terms. Today, I want to explain the words Sente, Gote, and Tenuki. So what does Sente and Gote mean? In Japanese, sen means first, earlier, or before, and te means hand. So Sente means when you have forehand, or the first move, and Gote and go means after, later, or afterwards. So gote means after hand, or just the opposite of center, when you can't play somewhere first. So at go you have center if you can play first, away from the last local fight, or the last sequence which is played. And you will have gote if you are the one who has to answer last. And you don't have a chance to play somewhere else without a big local loss. Let us look at some examples. Here at A, black is alive. But if white plays, for example, at O18, now black has to respond. Because if black does not respond and just passes, now if white plays here, black cannot live anymore. For example, if black tries to live like this, white removes the second eye. Even if black tries to escape, this is a false eye, and white could just block the escape. Now there's no way for black to go. So we say when you have to respond like this, so this makes 4 in a row, 4 liberties in a row, which means black is alive. When black has to answer like this, black is gote, and white has Sente. White can play somewhere else now. Okay, let's look at B. If white plays here, black answers, white has to come back, so this would be gote. However, if black plays there first, white has to block, black has to block, and now there's a cut. If white plays away and would try to take center, black could cut here. Now the stone gets captured. So white would have to come back not to face any local loss. So white would be also Sente, also gote in this way, and black would have Sente. So if white plays here, we say white didn't let black play the center moves. This is called a reverse Sente. Now let's look at C. Here in the lower left corner, if white plays here first, then black has to block last and white has Sente. If black plays first, now white has to block, black has to block, and white has to block last because he cannot get cut here. So when white plays first, white has Sente. If black plays first, black has Sente. This kind of situation is called double Sente and is very big. Now in this empty corner, I want to now show you a common sequence, and we can find whether or not each move is centered. Often black plays here at the start point. Now, one of the possibilities of white is to approach at either of the sides from a knight's move. Oh, sorry, white. Okay. Now, black could, of course, play somewhere else, because white won't kill black within one move. So this move is not absolutely Sente. However, if black plays somewhere else, white gets another move here, and then black is under attack. And also white got already a helpful stone at the top, now also a very good helpful stone on the left side. So if black didn't have something much better, then maybe should have responded. Okay, what if black plays somewhere else again? Then white gets another very helpful stone here in the center. So white only played good moves. Well, black might have played good moves somewhere else, but the stone here gets weaker and weaker. So white's move always had a double purpose. Now, if black plays away again, white could even kill the stone, which is not easy to see, and black still has a lot of potential to a lot of future potential to gain something on the outside. But this move is also not bad for white. So killing the corner, even if it has a little bit of bad potential left, is very big. And white only needed 4 moves, which are all good. So in most of the cases, black doesn't want this if he doesn't get something really good somewhere else as a trade. So there are possibilities. For example, black could respond here. There are many ways, also here or here. But either of this is a small local loss for black. So normally black would play here or somewhere else like this. But let's look at this one. Now, this white stone is a little bit lonely, and if white plays somewhere else and takes center, black could attack this white stone and get basically a free move at the top side, because now white better responds or black gets an even better result. So often white plays here as an example. And then now is threatening to go into the corner or to get a good base on the top side. So if white comes in here, you can see that the black stones would come on attack. So usually black doesn't want to play somewhere else here, only if there's a really good other move. But mostly black would respond. And then white would get weaker again, and if white doesn't have a really important move somewhere else, white would also respond. And this is a common sequence called the Joseki. Now, which of the moves were Sente? Actually, neither of the moves were really Sente. However, if one of the partners would at any time ignore one of the moves and play somewhere else, then the player would face a local loss. So taking center somewhere and ignoring someone's threat, and accepting a local laws. That is what I want to talk about in the next section. In this section, I want to explain you what the word tenuki means. Testu means hand, and nuku means to pull out something, like a sword or tooth. It can also mean to skip or omit something. So often tenuki means something like a shortcut out of an uncomfortable situation. So at Go Tenuki means someone plays a Tenuki if that person plays away from the last local sequence or fight. This can mean, of course, a local loss, but the player who plays Tenuki gains the first move somewhere else, so he's trying to take Sente. Let us look at some examples. Okay, we are back here at the same examples as before. However, now let's see what if the player here normally had to play go to move or play somewhere else, and so he would tenuki. First of all, we have to say this is not a game position, right? So there are just 3 examples here on the board. So let's consider there are very big moves somewhere else who should be played still. So, for example, white plays here, and now black could play one of those very big moves somewhere else. Now black should really make sure that if black plays a tenuki, it's worth to give up the whole corner, because now black is killed here. So it's very unlikely that black has such a move now. If black had, then maybe this move would be wrong. But normally it isn't. Killing a corner like this is very big. Now let's look at the second example here. What if black plays this one? Now if white plays somewhere else, this also has to be very big. The whole corner, which is more than 30 points, is in danger. If white plays somewhere else, then the whole corner is lost. However, white has a chance to sacrifice only half of the points. For example, if white plays here, and now the move t3 wouldn't make any sense if black wouldn't try to connect here. Surely black can play tenuki here now somewhere, but then if white takes this, what was the idea of t3? Black would better have played the tenuki here before exchanging the two stones. So, but if black connects, now if white tenuki, this is actually ko, and a ko means that black would have played 2 moves to win the score. So white would gain 2 times a tenuki move, a stone somewhere else. So if this corner was more than 30 points, black needed 2 times 2 moves to play to kill this corner to win the core. Then this value becomes half of this more than 30 points. So maybe something 15, 16, 70 points of value. So if those 2 moves white played somewhere else were big enough to make up each 15 points, then maybe it's okay for white to tenuki instead of playing Gote here. And then, what about the third example? Here it's when black plays here, surely white could still play tenuki somewhere. But if white does so, this is also very big for black, because here's still a card, black is out, something. So this also should be very big for white. And if white has the first move there, now black really shouldn't play away, because then the whole corner will be dead, which is also very, very large. So when do you play a tenuki normally? Well, here it's maybe possible when there's something like a core, but most often you will find players play a tenuki in the opening. And here we already have seen one example before, and now I want to show you from the same corner sequence one variation where one of the person often plays tenuki. Now, to look at the situation, I emptied the board to make it clearer. If black plays here at the start point, we often see that white does approach here. Now you can see there's still a lot of open space on the whole board, and the corners are very big. So it's very common that black will play somewhere else here. For example, taking one empty corner. Now, white can play also somewhere else, or just attack the stone again. Then if black plays here somewhere else, now we already seen this is very big for white. So often, if black wants to tenuki again, then he will play here first. Those two white stones are now split. If white tries to connect at least one of the stones together and get the corner, then here black can tenuki again. It is very common. This is because black can still make a relatively good shape, even if white plays there again. For example, a relatively simple variation is something like this. But there are also more difficult variations, like for example white cutting here. But black can actually fight the situation, and black got 2 free stones for this local loss. In the opening, you can see one person trying to play away from the local fight very early, always trying hard to play somewhere else first and get the initiative in other parts of the board. But be careful to do this, because you can see white, for example here, black for example here, lost the whole corner, although black hit the first stone there. Okay, then thank you for watching this video. I hope you have been able to understand what the terms Sente, Gote and Tenuki mean, and you can use them from now on yourself. Please share, like, and or comment this video. See you next time for more important Japanese Go terms.